Actually, could you turn the volume on the speaker physically now? Carries really well under the table. Yeah, it's good.
So good?
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully it's not too loud.
Loud enough to mess the audio.
Notification. The half-wits continue their journey toward a lost mine of Bendover.
What?
That's what it says.
What the heck? I didn't put anything about that on there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know why. Because you have to change the... That's good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That means it's been doing that
I was
every
like,
single time
yeah.
that I've put the stream up.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
that
think I've
message-
noticed it, but I think it's just like kind of in one ear out the other, kind of just like
That's so weird.
way over my head, you know?
Because you did.
Okay, I'll find a way to change it. And it doesn't make sense either because the stream like indicates that we're playing a different one shot or something.
Oh, I was gonna say my other group threw out the idea to do. Nope, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Automatically vetoed.
Automatically vetoed.
Heck yeah. It's mine. Alright, we'll go into the what is it? Dashboard.
Insider knowledge.
Okay. Come down
Guys,
here
let's just walk to the end.
Stream manager. Then about the stream.
I copied you.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea, isn't it? You
I
got,
love that.
you can write on it, and then you got your little
Yeah.
It is stream info.
on the back and.
Oh my gosh, it does still say that. That's ridiculous. Go live notification.
I got all these in it.
Why can't you
What do I
change
do
that?
with them?
Yeah,
Whatever.
There's a one
Alright, I'm just gonna change the notification. Done. There you go. Now it says come watch us play D&D.
There we go. Damn.
A little dark.
A little dark.
That's heavy.
Just a little bit.
Mm.
So bad.
literally just I watch a bunch of those like cold case like,
Oh yeah, me too.
explanation videos
Mhm.
from
We both do actually.
from Explore Us.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
I
I love
just-
Explore
I
Us.
just recently watched one that had that happen.
Yeah. I love Explore
You know where it
Us.
came from, or?
They're awesome.
I mean, I don't know if that's exactly where it came from, but there was an actual like murder case where that
Oh,
happened.
that was the same hat.
I
That
don't want to
was
have it so There we go.
yeah, no.
Cool.
Where they had all their dirty mechanic costumes for Halloween.
Uh-huh. All right, shall we? Some time has passed since the Merkmeyer Malevolence incident at the Bark Bluff Museum, where you managed to successfully contain the egg of the Eldritch Horror, working with Dr. Cassie Donnell. You have successfully managed to garner some favor with the Golden Vault. They have recognized you as official members of the Golden Vault. And while you may someday progress to become operatives, for now you are still under observation, and they continue to give you ever increasingly more difficult challenges, and they have sent you on a couple small missions by this point. Most of them of just general nature. The Merkmeyer Malevolence, the actual Bark Bluff Museum, was the kind of big one that you all did together. You all have recently recovered from another outing. You actually all were at a casino. Heist some things out of a casino. Last thing you wanted. Unbeknownst to you all right now.
Cool.
Yep.
So how much money do we have?
Exactly.
So you actually got robbed blind, so you have nothing.
Mittens
And
can't
your
get
spell book is
robbed
missing.
blind.
So.
I sacrifice a tuna to the great cat lord over the next hour to
Yep.
get my book back.
Except now it smells fishy.
That's
Forever.
fine.
No.
I rolled
Must be
to
no.
see if I'm addicted to my book. I am not addicted to the book.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Yes. So, some more time has passed, and as you all are kind of regrouping and spending some time just relaxing after your last mission and just kind of taking it easy, you've been getting more supplies together and going out and doing your miscellaneous tasks that you have. Paris has been trying to negotiate likely the arrangement of some additional establishments inside the local areas nearby. Who knows what our rogues have been up to, causing mayhem and murdering innocent patrolmen. Yeah. And then Mittens, the butler. Who knows what Mittens gets up to in your free time?
Only the procession knows.
Only the procession knows. The procession of the Great Cat Lord.
The procession of the Great Cat Lord.
Yes. But
he now has a new book.
once more, as you all come together and are discussing your plans for the upcoming future, a sound kind of resonates out into the space. And you already know what to expect as in front of your face, out pops out of thin air, straight in front of you, a golden key.
Smack it like a cat toy.
Oh,
They always have mouths.
Now, I believe Raina had the music box last
I do.
time. I don't know if you still have that or not.
I do.
Excellent.
I'll reach out and grab the key.
All right, you explode.
Thus ended.
Into money.
Into money.
And reroll. New character. Yes! Now my Paladin Bard multi-class.
Jesus.
3 multi-classes. 3
Paladin
levels.
Bard. I don't know. What would go well with Paladin Bard? Or what wouldn't go well with Paladin Bard?
I mean, Paladin Bard Sorcerer. Paladin Bard Warlock.
Paladin Bard
Charisma.
Ranger. There we go. Paladin Bard Ranger. Yep.
That's terrible.
All right, you reach out and you grab the key. Once again, this feels like a solid piece of metal, very finely crafted and no doubt magical in nature. This has been transported to you by the usual means you are familiar with, likely from the upper operatives of the Golden Vault.
I insert it into the
You would. All right.
Wow.
Like you don't know how it happened.
Rings out into the space. Greetings, operatives. Vassal Talistrom, a sage who works with the Golden Vault, has reported the theft of the Celestial Codex. This book contains rituals that, in the wrong hands, could be used to summon dangerous extraplanar entities. The book was stolen by a nobleman named Marcos Delphi, who might be under the influence of some profane entity. 4 adventurers hired to retrieve the book from Delphi Mansion have disappeared without a trace. We have good reason to believe they are dead. This quest, should you choose to undertake it, requires you to travel to Delphi Mansion and retrieve the Celestial Codex. May you fare better than the last group. Good luck, operatives. The key disappears. The music box slams shut and once again is locked and unable to be opened.
Put it in my box. Or put it in my bag. Want us to die, okay?
Did you say Marco Delphi? Did I get that right?
Marcos Delphi.
Move to
Yeah.
Delphi Manor. Recover the Celestial Codex in the name of the Great Cat Lord.
Yes. Actually, who has the highest intelligence?
Mine is 12.
Mine is 14.
You have the highest intelligence? And you're not even like an arcane trickster rogue or nothing? What?
Hey, sometimes you just want to have that good investigation roll. There you go.
She's that smart
I got you.
assassin.
Don't worry.
Give me a history check.
Told you that dice is cursed. You didn't believe me.
It's a natural one.
It tricked you on the
Just
first
hard.
day, and now you're reaping what you sowed.
Yeah, natural 1 plus 2, so 3.
Prostrate
Wow.
yourself before the Great Cat Lord and beg for forgiveness.
You are pretty sure that the name Vassal Talistrom is familiar to you. You think that was one of the authors of the children's books that you used to read.
And for me, you said it's called the Celestial
The
Codex.
Celestial Codex.
Would I have any, like, possible insight onto it as a Celestial Warlock?
Give me a history check.
15.
You've heard of something similar, perhaps maybe even the Celestial Codex itself. And what you know very much matches the information that came through the music box. You know that there are texts out there that have dangerous information about ways to communicate with entities from far realms, or to harness magic and the nature of that far realm type of energy that comes through, or to even summon or transport to and from those realms different entities, different creatures. You know that, especially being a warlock, that sometimes these allow connections to be formed between individuals.
Yeah.
Once some pathway has been opened, that can be used to make a connection. Perhaps even create a patron for different creatures, different entities.
I must obtain this book to speak to my lord! Oh, it's happening! It's been so long!
And actually, Harris, give me a history check as well.
Oh, I would love to.
It's the Necronomicon!
History, that's
A 19?
yes.
Okay. You have heard of the Delphis before. You know that they are a wealthy family with quite a bit of influence, but that they also tend to keep to themselves somewhat. You know the city where they reside, or at least the area outside of where that's the popular locations where some of the Delphis reside. So you know that you could travel to that location. It actually wouldn't take you very long. Same as before, perhaps just a day or two of travel from the current location would get you over to that area where you could speak potentially with the family, or you could just head over and locate the actual Delphi mansion itself.
Also, bringing possibly some thirst.
Yeah, I'll convey that to the group. Well, Daddy always said that the Delphis.
I forgot about that.
I forgot.
That the Delphis were wealthy, had old money, and
Oh,
I think that we can investigate over yonder in that city.
Now, Polly Darton.
Polly Darton.
Polly Darton.
Great.
Question: what is a roguish?
That's your subclass.
Oh, so yeah.
Thief. Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Stealer of things. Murder hobo.
Murder hobo.
So what are we doing?
Yeah, I'll tell that to the
Religious
group,
zealot.
and-
We got
it's like it's what time of day is it?
It's early in the day right now, so
Um,
it's still probably just at midday.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell the group that we could day or two of travel if we left right now if we wanted.
One thing of note would be
knew
that
Excellent.
you all have obtained a bit of money. If you wanted to buy anything between now and then, you could either buy upon arrival, or before leaving the little town that you're right now.
How much do we add to what we already have?
We'll say that you can add an additional 100 GP, whatever you have.
Damn! pretty right now. Mittens is a rich kitty. Mittens is gonna make him look like a tiny self of Harris Pilton.
Oh, but this guy's self?
Yeah.
Let us see.
That's great.
Yeah, so you can't change your height, right?
I can change it by
1
a foot.
1 foot
So
taller or
it'll
shorter.
be a tiny Harris Pilton.
That's great. It's almost like in Guild Wars when you have like little pets that follow you that look like the larger creatures and little tiny versions. All right.
Well, the only thing I like better than traveling is shopping. So let's go shopping.
And then with that, let me know if y'all are buying any new armors, weapons, major items, anything of that nature.
I'm so glad that there's an equipment list.
You get this set of leather.
Set leather armor? Got you. How much?
This has one.
Let's see.
Exactly.
What I'll do.
Yeah.
Studded. Oh, of course. All right, how much money do you have right now, York?
After that?
Before.
160.
You had 160? Okay. Give me a straight charisma roll. 20? Okay. I will say that you actually get it for not even at, but just slightly below price. We'll say you find said leather armor for 40. So take 40 off. And then you were at 160, you said? It's 120 now?
Yeah,
So
I'd
leather
like
armor.
to, how much is the
Well, let's find out. Alright, so York, I've got you at 14 for AC.
15? How much is the
That's how
kit?
much it says in a book. Doesn't mean it's how much it's selling for. Give me a charisma.
But-
17 total? Okay. I will say that you managed to find a poisoner's kit for 55 gold. Which is a good price because the value of selling your poisoner's kit is 50. That doesn't mean purchasing is 50.
Do they have a disguise kit?
Disguise kit? Are you looking for that one too? Okay, 1 second. Let me get you a poisoner's kit. Disguise kit.
It's kind of simple.
You can find a disguise kit. We'll say you can get a disguise kit for 32 gold.
Sure, let's do it.
All right. How much do you have left?
32?
49 left?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 17 total left? Got it, 17 total left. Dang! That's right, because you spent last time. And you got some from them too. Greedy, greedy. All right. Got you. Okay, I've got you at 15 AC and you're still at level armor. Okay, mittens. What do you get?
Mittens. Not going to get.
No? So you're still in leather armor?
I'm not in armor.
Oh,
I'm in my butler's attire.
Still? You still want to be in your butler's
I'm
attire
Yeah,
after
'cause
all
I
these
have mage armor
missions?
now.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can't have
okay,
armor.
yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, perfect. And
So I
Harris
actually
Pilton.
have an AC.
Do we have In this town, are there any?
One person give me a roll for the group. It is going to be an investigation. What is it?
Oh, I lied. I get a forgery kit.
One?
4.
4.
You rolled a 3. You had a plus
We'll
1.
say that. How many healing potions do we have left in the day plus?
You used all of them.
I used one.
I used mine.
I didn't use mine.
So 1.
I didn't have one to begin with.
Okay, so we have one left. We'll say that you also had one from what you did up to this point remaining, which you didn't use. And you could have found up to 2 since then in this town and the next one. So you find 2 regular healing potions, but you have to buy them. And they're going to cost you 60 gold apiece.
Somebody needs to get an alchemist
Invisibility?
kit.
250 gold.
Potion of invisibility, that's fine.
I'll definitely buy one of them.
He only needs to be healed by his lord.
It's a fish.
That would be nice.
Is that a feat? I'll take that feat.
Record scratch. The Great Lord is actually a fish.
So it doesn't say. So, and that makes sense to me too. So the thing about like magic potions in general are hard to come by, and the more intense the effect, the more expensive it gets. So you would know that something like that would actually be fairly
My
expensive.
favorite.
And with your investigation check, I'm going to say you did not find access to it.
So I will want one of the healing potions.
Okay.
Like a lock.
Just regular lock and mirror.
Was I able to get the
forgery
forgery kit?
We'll do that in a second. Okay, so for the mirror, we'll say you can get a mirror for 6 silver. What kind of lock?
Just.
A master lock.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it says a key is provided with a lock. Open it, somebody needs to. 15 dexterity check. And your DM may decide that better locks are available for you.
Interesting. Okay. So this is like a functioning, like something you could use. I'd actually never seen that used before. Okay. Have you made a roll? You have not given me a charisma roll.
She has to protect her hats.
Where is the haberdashery? Charisma 20.
Next to the bodega.
You're her Mad Hatter.
25? Okay. You find one easily enough, and you're able to
23,
get it. You're able to barter it down to a regular price, 10 gold.
Okay.
And then you have one healing potion, you said?
Yes, sir. And
Don't you
the
have
mirror
stuff to
was
sell?
5 silver.
Pick up that other
6
stone.
silver.
Oh, the fake gem.
Fake, the second thing.
We'll find out.
You kept it.
We'll find out.
How much gold do you have left now?
87.
And then silver?
1.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, and then you were saying a forgery kit
Yeah.
for mittens?
And did we ever end up selling that fake greenstone that we made off with?
You did not. That would take some. We'll worry about that later. That would take some. You'd have to find somebody. There'd have to be a reason for them to want to buy it. They'd have to look into it. They'd have to know what you want to do with it. It doesn't necessarily have an inherent value. So, for all you know, it's just resin.
To store value.
Do you have it?
Not yet.
I almost took it.
I did too. I thought about it so hard.
All right. So forgery kit.
Invisibility was more. Yeah, forgery kit.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. Because this is not going to be nearly as common.
How does a not success sound?
Sounds like a success for me.
A 4.
No, you do not find a forgery kit.
Oh, woe is me.
We'll say that you start to kind of like get an idea of what you need for it and where you can get those things. All right. Easy enough. How much money do you have, Lee?
148 gold. I will also buy.
Okay. So I will take off, what's that, 60, right?
Yeah.
So we'll go to 188. Oh, I mean 88. 88. That's how math works. And then you will get a new potion of healing. And then the other person who had a potion of healing is Yorick, correct?
Yep. And I want you two to arm wrestle for it.
Did my AC go up?
Oh, don't make me
What's
do
my
that.
AC?
Your AC is 14.
I actually did that. He wins
Yep.
every time. He's much stronger.
Oh no, in game, not in real life.
Okay. I was
I
like,
want them to arm wrestle for the healing potion.
In real life.
Yeah, but she
Let's
could
do it
roll a
anyway.
natural 20 with.
let's do it.
You know what? Since you all are shopping, well, tell me what you do while you're shopping.
Told you.
Look around,
I warned you.
try stuff on. Huh?
Stuff
I
on.
thought it was.
Now I got 3.
Look around for stuff on what?
Oh, I was just.
I thought you're going somewhere with that.
So, you won, Yorick.
Yeah, so he's got 2.
Oh, he has.
Oh.
Oh, he already had one. Oh, never mind. If
Yeah.
I didn't know that she. I thought he bought.
Oh, I did buy one.
Did buy
Then
one.
I throw it at you. You can pay me back later if I remember.
Do you have mending still?
I'll
Yeah.
rely on you not remembering. Because I have 14 golds.
I write it down in my cat Bible. Oh, can I buy like a strap to put my tongue in?
Put your tome.
Yeah. Just like a-
Yeah. Yeah.
or at least commission
What's your
one.
background?
Failed merchant.
What kind of strap are you looking for?
Like you know how they have like those gun
Strap-on.
holsters.
Okay, so you actually want it to be
One
like
for
tailored
a-
to your body.
Yeah,
Strap.
but one for a book.
Yeah, we'll say that you
At
could
least-
easily
at
have
least
had one
commission
commissioned. You probably did that with your healing powers. So we'll just say tailored leather fitting. So let's say 2 gold.
Gold.
It's nice. It's secure. It's good leather. It's treated. It's form fitting.
I just imagine
You
your
have
fluff on
holstered
either side of
The Bible of the Great Cat.
And I just ensure that my clothes are intact and trickle mending all over my body.
Yes.
And then I put my hat back on. So I have the hat on with the butler's hat now.
But
You put
what
your
we're
hat
doing?
on and the ears just go.
Yep.
You'll have a little bit of information, kind of a direction,
We're chasing a child book, aren't it?
or so you think. With your 4
I know.
or 3, 4.
What kind of children's books do
4.
high
Yeah,
elves
it was
have?
Makes
So I
all the
think it was
difference.
3 plus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about we just maybe
All the
go
difference.
somewhere where we can maybe ask people about that. Like, is there like an inn here or something like where people get?
So you know, if you were going over towards the location where the Delphis are known to reside, and it's a lot more populated, that there's many individuals in the area that you could speak to get a certain location, a more sure location, or to kind of get hints about their whereabouts and who they are and what they do.
Unless the party has anything else they want to do. Go in that
Little Pilton follows Big Pilton.
direction. Oh yeah, since I know the way.
Don't call her Big Pilton. She'd get mad at that.
Well, she was Big Pilton last.
Yeah.
Last week.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Larger than life Pilton.
Wrong artist.
The only artist that matters is the Great
Yeah.
Cat Lord.
Yep.
Yeah, let's head in that direction.
Yeah, so you arrive, no problem. Travel is uneventful. You know where you're going, and you're seasoned travelers at this point. So you get there in good time. It's early on in the day, and you have arrived over in the general vicinity of where you know the Delphi is, where you have considered in the past trying to get more of your establishments pushed to spread the family name and business.
Huh. I would like to find like a tavern where there's
Give me an investigation
She
check
wants
for
to
the
bar
group.
hop.
Blue Hawaiians.
All right, everybody, we know how this goes. You get the towels, you get the pillow,
15.
and I'll get the
15.
ride.
So, there are quite a few people out, and it's easy enough to look at the signs and get your whereabouts inside of this area. You find several taverns and shops, and there's people out on the streets, and you do see some inns and other small residences and places that are set up. So there's multiple people that you could talk to. You would have no problem finding an individual to ask. Who are you looking for?
Okay, I would like to find someone on my level. Hilton, somebody who looks, in the best dressed one.
Somebody with a
Okay.
cowboy hat.
Nicest clothes.
We will
Somebody who
say, with your investigation check, you are able to see the more wealthy families, easy enough, and you do encounter a number of different families walking around. There are less children around right now, but there are some couples in more noble attire and more stately wear.
Okay, I will approach one. My, isn't the day just? It's daytime.
It is.
Okay. Isn't the daytime just so charming? I'm Harris Hilton. I know you probably heard of me. Let me ask you something. They haven't. Well, nonetheless,
Let me ask you something.
that's very charming. Your sweet words could charm the dew right off the honeysuckle. And as I say that, tell me, have y'all ever heard of the Delphi family?
So yeah, you approach a couple and get their attention. They're a little bit standoffish, especially because they haven't heard of you. But they're used to that. You can kind of see it on their face. That out of kind of politeness and we'll say just kind of general respect for. I'm trying to remember. Is it you have something in your background about finding people?
I have connections as a failed merchant to like other merchants.
Okay, to merchants specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. We'll take that.
Yeah,
So
wholesalers, suppliers, and other merchants and entrepreneurs.
Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Harris, yes. So they kind of respond back to you, and they're encouraged for the day. Yes, so we've heard of the Delphi family. Obviously, they reside nearby. They've got a couple of different residences here inside of the town. Several have moved away, and especially some are out still seeking assistance, trying to help find their lost son, as it were. Why are you looking for them?
We heard that they that there was a what are we?
Everything fast, Harris.
I know. My family is just looking for connections here. We're side of the area and looking for a place to set up one of our inns, and maybe looking to partner with other noble / wealthy families.
Well, they'd certainly be your target audience for this part of the town. I mean, you could certainly try speaking with the family. I know they're, like I said, they are in the process of trying to reach out to their son, whatever is going on inside the family. Last I'd heard, they were having a meeting with one of the sages in the area here, Vassal. Might be able to find them before they have their meeting here today. I know they're supposed to meet at their residence here in town. You can possibly try to catch them before the evening, before they retire or separate for dinner.
Oh, thank you. Could you point me in the direction of?
He does. He points you further into the town.
Okay. Well, I thank you for your time, and when we build our establishments up
Sure. You have a great day.
All right, so I'll tell the party.
Goodbye,
what I
says
learned.
Little Pilton.
I forgot you're still.
It's
Oh,
still,
yeah,
it's still
true.
Little Pilton.
That is
That's
true.
odd.
That's
I
Totally
should get
normal.
advantage on something.
Very normal.
Older sister.
Okay, so I'll urge the party to maybe we should go in that direction to see if we can get to that vassal and see what they if we can learn any more information about this lost son.
Yeah, so after you start moving in that direction, it's very easy to tell that a ways up the road and further into town are a number of residences that start looking nicer. There is a very large fenced-off building, multi-tier structure. There are obviously servants that are standing outside. There's individuals working on expanding the building and doing the gardening and tending to all the different flora of the outside. There are individuals taking in and out food and different furniture, working on rearrangements. There's also a number of like patrolmen, but less geared up for fighting than you would normally guess. They have the leathers and they have kind of the colors that you see the patrolmen wear, the guards inside of this town. But these have more notebooks in hand and quills, and are walking in with hats on head and seem to be more inquisitive in nature. So you see quite a bit of traffic flowing in and out of the building.
Can I tell what kind of establishment
This is likely
home
like a
or-
manse. A mansion. And it's very clear that this might be a primary residence, or it could just be like an extra home that someone might own. But yes, this is a very large, a very large building that likely has quite a few people inside of it and could easily be a location for parties and gatherings, or just showing off and flaunting wealth.
reminds me of home.
Yes, reminds me of home.
Oh, so much.
Oh God! Don't start doing that. Oh my God!
Roll for dementia.
18.
Confirmed.
Who is Mittens?
What is home?
Dang. I got dark real quick.
You arrive. Yeah, so you arrive and you're outside, appreciating the building.
You know what? I would like to talk to one of the patrol people just outside, just to get a sense of why they don't look like regular patrol. You said they have like quills and books, and in my mind, I'm thinking they're like magic.
Okay.
Can I talk to them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
You just
I'll
like the
pull
one
it.
and stopping one?
Yeah, the first one I see. I'd be like, excuse me. Do you know if the head of the home is here
Well,
right now?
yes, of course. The Delphis are just inside. We're all going in to speak with them. There's quite a few people talking with them right now. I'm not sure if they have time for you lots. Of course, we're looking into some family matters, but the home's not ours. If you want to go inside, you can try your hand. They're just inside.
I am a member of the aristocracy. She says. What? And I know how delicate these situations can be. One of these family matters.
Mittens is behind her, just like
She whispers.
trying to imitate her.
Give me like a persuasion check.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. 25.
25. So we'll say you like get real close and kind of like run your arm down the back of his, and kind of linger your fingers on his elbow. It kind of looks well.
The top
I'm
part
not
of your purse.
Really sure it's for me to say, but I'm sure certainly you've heard of of the Delphis and their son Marcus Delphi. We're over here doing our duty to try to help out and help figure out what's going on. They're asking a number of different detectives and patrolmen inside of the town to go ahead and gather some information and to try to look into recruiting parties because apparently the last 4 we found didn't work out so well. It's been a while and they didn't come back. So they're a little frustrated, understandably. But they're inside at the moment having a meeting with Vassal Talistrom, who is frustrated because one of his possessions was stolen, and so he too is trying to have us do some investigation into his missing property. But at the moment, the money and the wealth, and I guess the more important matter would probably be the loss of the Delphi's son. Best we can tell right now, we expect he's probably at the Delphi mansion.
Well, I do thank you for your candor, sir. I'll let you get back to your duties.
Oh, I appreciate that. If you need anything, you just let us know.
Oh, I will. And she winks.
More specific.
Like a
Just-
sexy wink or like a perfect Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
I give a wink too as I follow behind it.
Right?
Yeah,
In person.
one of those. I've never winked before as a cat, so I'm like trying to figure it out.
I've seen cats.
The spell breaks.
I've never winked as a cat though.
So is Marco?
Marcos
that's
Delphi is
missing?
the missing son. Astral Taliesin is the vassal who had his book stolen. I don't even know if I spelled it right, but I don't care.
I just wonder.
Or
I know
Talistrom.
they had multiple. Okay. I'll let the party know. Well, I'll tell the party. Paris will tell the party her idea is if they're looking for people to, find this missing property or the missing family member. Maybe we can present ourselves as that infiltrator, get their business, rather than do
Good idea.
it in a southern accent.
Yes, southern accent, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Does
Y'all.
anybody else want to do
Y'all.
anything out there before we go inside? Does anybody
Life is spoken.
Yeah.
When we walked up to the guards, you said, or the patrols, you said they were holding books and quills.
Yes.
What kind of book were they holding? Did it look
Messy,
like-
loose leaf paper in between kind of just like tome bindings. You get the feeling from the conversation that you just heard that they are recording notes for their investigation.
Ooh, one of those books.
No, that's what I was thinking of.
I mean, y'all.
Y'all?
Y'all.
Yeah, I think I went to it too. I picked one of the books.
One of the ones walking by.
Or is there one set down somewhere?
There's multiple going through the door. I'll say that those that currently have like notes in hand include the one you just spoke to, that Harris just spoke to, and then at least one more that is on his way into the pants right now.
It's ready whenever I just say one.
Ooh.
Which one do you think I should try to snap?
Okay, you're gonna try to grab one.
Okay.
Who are you? Are you trying to go for the belongings of the one that Harris was speaking to? The one going up into the building right now.
Probably the one.
And as he's walking away, I'm gonna smack his ass and be like, "Go get him!" And have some guidance.
Give me a perception check.
Me?
For Yorick.
And a D4 because you have guidance.
Oh yeah. We added D4 to it.
Oh, did you give guidance?
Yeah.
Smacked him on the
Smacked your
ass
ass
and
with
said,
it.
"Go get him!" Gave him guidance.
Gave him
19
guidance.
plus 4 plus 2, so 19 plus 6.
Okay, 25 to for perception. Okay, so you looking around can see that there are a number of people in the area, and that while none of them are focused on you,
Still have the slide.
you know that there is a decent chance that there will be eyes in the general vicinity of whatever you do. There are passersby on the streets. There are the workers that are out there in the front working on the gardening and the pathways and the trees and the clippings and everything of that nature. No one's paying you any current attention because one person who really did was being occupied by Harris. And also, you think you have about 30 seconds before you.
Maybe later. I
I
need to rush.
I'm
On the
just,
second
there's
floor.
people. No one is looking straight at you. No one is watching you. Then, what you do is up to you.
You said no one's watching us, like, right now?
As far as so, when he looked around, nobody was like looking directly at him. Where you
Curious what's on his papers.
are. I'm good.
Always keeps it.
What you do in York?
So fast.
20 seconds. About to be in the
York,
front
come
door.
down here. I'm gonna pluck one of his eyelashes off and reach into my pocket and grab some gum. And then I'm gonna put it in his mouth and say, "Chew that!" And he's gonna be invisible.
So random. Yummy.
He's
My
not
own
gonna pluck
hair.
his eyelash, put it in some gum, stuck it in his mouth.
Do you let him stick his paw in your mouth?
That's a good question. Probably tastes like sardines.
No, it tastes like
Cat litter?
strawberries.
Strawberries. Yeah, I'm gonna try to steal. Try to
And
swipe it.
doing that, I cast invisibility.
Are you letting him do that?
Sure.
Why not? We've been together for 3 levels already, so
That's fair.
I have some type of trust in him.
Lee.
That
What
one
are
freaked me
so
out,
you're
that's
casting
all I'm saying.
invisibility?
I'm like,
What are the components
That is a hair.
for casting invisibility?
Verbal somatic material. The
It
material was the eyelash and the gum.
Where'd
So
you get the gum?
From me?
From my pouch of many random
I found
things.
it on a table the other day.
and you're doing this with
Under
the
table.
other individual that Harris was just speaking to nearby?
Oh, they hadn't walked away yet?
The one I hadn't went inside yet.
I mean, if they're still nearby, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I had assumed they'd walked away.
So we'll say that you wait till that individual walked away.
Yeah.
He's curious how this played out, just like I am.
All right. So you stuff your paw into Yorick's mouth. Yorick lets out
Don't
probably
fight it.
a little yelp, and then you all watch as Yorick goes invisible.
Where's the invisible?
I mean, y'all.
He's in character.
You don't have witch sight yet? Come on.
Where's your
So Yorick, you are now invisible.
Where's your ring?
Take it.
You're trying to take it?
Ring.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, it'd go on him.
And
Sleight of hand is my proficient.
give me advantage too. We'll do advantage.
There it is.
Are you getting invisible? Nice.
Gotcha. So it's +4, but it's proficient, so we'll add to it.
If it says +4, it probably includes it already.
Okay.
Yeah, so sleight of hand, your dexterity modifier is +2, correct? You have 14 dex? 15 dex, so it's still +2. So +2, and then proficiency bonus for level 3 is +2, that's why it's +4. So it's already included in there. So it'll always include them, it won't make you math it out on that app. Okay, so your total is 15? 15? Okay, so you walk up, and as the patrolman is walking through the door, and he reaches forward to grab the heavy handle and pull the doors apart, brace himself, lift it, and then go inside along with the other individuals. You use that moment to allow his own momentum to carry his kind of coattail back for a second and pull the weight of the book away from his body. And as the coat starts to float back towards his body, you use that as a natural distraction from the weight of his own cloth, so that he doesn't feel it as you hold the book in place and the coat just falls out. However, there is now. I saw a little video on this actually. Like a guy did a breakdown of how he distance things. It was like 2 weeks ago too. So, however, there is now a floating.
No, it's not. Specifies anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as
He
it's
was
on the
not
target's
carrying
person.
He grabbed it. He was not carrying it.
What if I put it in my cloak? What if I put it in my shirt?
That's a good question.
I wasn't
It
carrying
wasn't.
it at the moment when I went in. When we go invisible, everything I'm holding.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like, if I were invisible and I walked up and grabbed a door, does the door turn invisible? So why would the book turn?
That's about the holy cat lord. Officially. Cat lord.
Now, that said, you are still very stealthy, and you are used to this, and you know how to move things around. And you keep the tome low to the ground, and now there is just kind of a tome that's just hovering a little bit right there. What do you do? You gonna run away? Where are you going?
Oh god, the bush.
Okay, so
I'll go back to the group.
okay.
Oh.
Give me another stealth check, because now you're gonna try to navigate into an area where there are people, and you know this, you see them. There are people working, and you're gonna try to navigate around them and hide into a bush without them noticing. Give me a stealth check. 16? Okay, so there is a bush pretty nearby, and you wait for just the right moment as one of the pair of individuals that are out there pruning the bushes and taking care of the plants out there kind of lean down and make a little clip, and you use that sound, and you kind of step into a bush, and just a little something breaks. You duck down inside, and once again, you are inside of a bush. Oh wait, no, it was you. Oh, it was you.
It was both of them.
It was both of us. I was in a bush one time.
He scared children in a bush,
Yes,
and she murdered
that's
somebody
right.
in a bush.
Because you were about to stab. Yep. Once again,
Oh, yeah.
Yorick
I
is in a
plunged
bush.
my short sword into the base of a man's skull. And it went
You
squelch.
did. You did. It was a little.
I
It
almost
went
killed his
squelch.
Almost killed his son.
Yeah, you did.
Oh no, this is interesting. Are you good? You let me know what you're gonna do. I'll do the stuff in the background. So you are in a bush and you have a book.
I'm gonna have to wait for
The heat to die down.
the heat to die down.
3 hours later.
Okay. 3 hours? Perfect, that's enough time. I need to eventually read the book.
Yes. What we will say is that you all know where he went and what he was doing, and so
We
you
all know
saw
he's in a bush.
and observed the book float away into the bush. And you are standing in front of the pathway that leads up to the manse. You have one of the patrolmen walking away from you, one that has now made it inside of the building, disappeared from view, and the rest at the moment are just workers. And there's a few like guards patrolling around the area outside on the streets, but none of them have interest in it. There's nothing going on at the manse. There's just bodies going in and out for the large number of staff that are being served for the Delphis.
I would like to take Sir Mittens over to the bush. And
Oh, already? I knew you loved yourself, but ooh.
and I'll say to him,
Jesus.
well, I know that he's in the bush, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I will say to Sir Mittens, I will take out my tattered dress from
It's
the first
Lady
adventure,
Mittens.
which ripped because I was doubled in size.
True.
And it still hasn't been mended. If you could just mend this for me, and I'll say, "What's in the box?" Into the bush.
Mending.
Mending.
I caress my tiny Pilton hand on her.
Little paw.
You know, like Cinderella, when there's the scenes and the dress and the sparkle goes up around it, and all the animals are happy. Yeah, there you go. That's your mending. You mend Harris Pelton's dress.
So what do I read in the book? Wait,
Uh,
can I read the book?
Yes, you open it up, and it is loose tome sheets that have been put together of some notes and some timelines. What you see in there is that, best they can tell, it's now been quite a period of time, probably at least the last 3 weeks or so, that Marcus Delphi has not been here and communicating with the family. And that the last that they know, the actual interaction that happened last was with the sage that also resides here, a Vassal Talistrom. And they are investigating from both sides because Vassal had one of his codexes stolen, a celestial codex, which he claims is of great value and also very dangerous. While it doesn't specify in his notes that it is dangerous, Vassal is very intent on getting it back and is offering a reward for the patrolman. Is offering to pay to have it returned. And also there have been words between the Delphis and Vassal Talistrom as he expresses his frustration to the family. Last that anyone knows, Marcos Delphi, after having stolen the Celestial Codex, likely went to the Delphi Mansion, which is perhaps one of their largest residences that is outside of the city itself and kind of a more buried area. So it's not far. It's probably 30-minute journey, an hour journey away from here. So it's still the same geographic region, but it's more secluded.
Okay, so that takes them. I think mending takes them a minute to
When
pass.
Marco's lost, we usually have to call Polo.
Have you tried calling Polo?
Wow. Marcos. Hello. Found him.
There he is. Yep.
Damn it!
How long does
They
that?
found my weakness.
Yep. He's gonna rat me out.
A few seconds later, we'll verify.
How long does your invisibility?
Mm-hmm.
An hour.
We'll say that the door opens up and some more staff start walking outside. And inside you hear arguing. Inside kind of the main entrance of the manse.
Yeah, I'll tell the group that I think we should make our way inside and see what we can find out. Maybe get some direction, contract of some sort. I mean, I'm assuming you told us this. You're like, no.
The bush was
Yeah, I'll go up to the open doors and see if I can. I would like to listen in on any pertinent words that are being said to in the argument.
Are you standing in the doorway and listening inside?
Yeah, away from the bush and like close to the. I'm picturing like an entrance, like a porch area, wherever the doors are opened and I can hear this.
Well, the doors open as individuals go through. They
Oh.
are closing them behind them. So if
Oh.
someone has just walked out, and as the doors have opened, you have heard voices inside.
Oh. Yeah, then I'm ready to go inside.
Walking in?
Yes.
All right.
At the back.
I'm falling in the middle, so I don't.
You're going through? Okay.
I should be.
And you are
Staying
maintaining concentration. All right. You all walk into the building. Inside, it's fairly well lit, actually. There's good light coming through the windows. It's fairly tall. And although this is not a huge building by any means, the space is well laid out. It's obvious that there is intent to display wealth here, and this is likely a more ceremonial location. It doesn't look like the comforts that are inside would be for more permanent residents, but this is probably where they spend their time during the day to do their business negotiations and things of that nature. They being, as you look right there in the middle, you can very clearly tell by the colors that match the arrangements inside of the building. Two very stately individuals wearing frustrated looks on their face, two humans of middle age, maybe a little bit older, late 40s, early 50s, something of that nature. just enough gray in their hair to indicate some stress and some experience. Largely wearing kind of dark purple robes. And they are talking with a bent over individual who is very clearly a more hunched over, there we go, a more hunched over individual who is over there kind of like head down, walking around, gesturing repeatedly at the ground as he's speaking out towards them. And it's clear that he is pressing them about a timeline and makes reference to recovering what belongs to him and the importance of doing so in a fast manner. You appear to have encountered some members of the Delphi family and very likely Vassal Talistro.
So, the items that he's missing are also missing
That's
That's
what
we've
that's
heard.
what I'm-
Okay.
We're about to find out. I mean, y'all.
The items are missing. The sun hasn't been seen.
I'll approach the group there. And like I said, just not in the politest way possible. Try to interrupt. Yeah.
Go for intimidation.
Pardon me, good sirs, she says. If you'll allow me to introduce me and my troop.
Yes,
my name
pardon.
is Harris Hilton, and we are Harris and her troop. And we have
The Harry Bunch.
we
We
have
are Pilton's people.
just arrived in your fair hamlet, and we heard about your misfortune here in your lovely home. We're wondering if we could offer our services to you.
The lady that is standing there in conversation with Vassal Talistrom and who is likely trying to calm him down, looks over at you and raises an eyebrow and says, "Were you sent by the patrolmen then? Did they get your attention?"
We noticed the patrolman outside, but we heard whispers. We know how these family secrets get out, and when you're wealthy and part of the aristocracy, everyone knows everything about you. So word traveled on the wind, and we decided to head your way.
Oh, I wasn't aware our misfortune had traveled so far so quickly. But we do apparently need help. Obviously, we've upset, Mr. Talistrom over here, a great sage of the city. And, we're not quite certain what our son was thinking, and we've never had any issues before. He's always been, a kind individual and well-mannered and well-meaning. So I can't exactly say what it is that happened, but we haven't heard from him some time, and the last individuals that we paid to go out and find him apparently weren't good enough and weren't worth their merit. Those Elra's band of whatever they were, adventurers, unfortunately they did not manage to come back and get taken care of. I hope nothing has happened to them, but by this time I'm afraid something must have. For the amount of money we offered, I'm sure they would have come back if they had managed to find him or recover our son. Or Mr. Talistrom, your stolen property.
Elra's Band of Adventures doesn't sound like a trustworthy name. How long ago did these adventurers set out?
Oh, it's been a couple of weeks now.
Are they all in one room?
They are downstairs. There's individuals kind of going up around the different levels and still working inside the home. Just kind of the regular day-to-day business, as far as you can tell. They're keeping busy. There's a handful of people in the room and inside rooms at any given time. There's probably at least 10 different individuals inside of the spaces that you can see right now. Yeah, from the entryway.
Well, we are a small group of, we wouldn't call ourselves adventurers, we would call ourselves retrievers. So we could certainly offer our services and try to find your missing son. And if possible,
The Celestial Codex. The more hunched over gentleman turns up to you and says, "It's not just a book. The Celestial Codex is something that I have managed to maintain and gather and put together information over a great period of time. It took a while to get that information, and depending on what they're doing with it, it's dangerous. It's something that belongs in the hands of an academic and someone who will protect that information."
Exactly. The arcane powers bestowed in this book are very dangerous.
So he looks over at the small Harris Hilton and hears that voice coming out and says, "Yes.
Sorry. And I'll snap and drop the disguise.
I liked you better the other way."
Then I'll put it back.
That's crazy.
Is there, for disguise self, is there a casting time? There isn't, right? It would just be over the
It's
course of a
one
couple of
action.
seconds.
Yeah, one action.
Okay, so somewhere within 6 seconds.
Is that better?
More of your sparkles for Cinderella.
I'm still invisible. Huh?
Yeah.
You are.
Just standing in the corner.
You are. Yeah, indeed.
That would make you invisible.
All right.
Oh wait, do they notice that you're not doing anything?
Where's the book?
Do they notice that you that he's there with us?
I thought he
Well, it'd be on you,
Did I
wouldn't
get?
it?
Did I get the book? I should have get the book. Said the book is loading.
Well, I mean, we got the.
I mean, you could leave it in the bush for now.
I might as well, right?
We can retrieve it later.
Yeah,
It's a
we
book
read
in
what's
the
already
bush.
on it. If somebody finds it.
Okay.
That's just notes.
Free paper.
Mind
Oh,
you,
I'm sorry,
I wish no ill will to dear Marcos. He's been a friend of mine for some time, and I've worked with the Delphis in the past, but this is no menial matter. This is something of true concern. There are things that could be undone within the realm. There is information inside that does not belong in the hands of a uneducated, not that Marcos is truly uneducated, but this is beyond his domain, beyond his experience, and this certainly should not get out to other individuals. I need the tome back, I need the Celestial Codex back, and, as I've stated before, working with the Delphis, I will pay for its return.
I will most definitely find this book for you. I know of its dangers. So it definitely should not be in someone's hands if they do not have sufficient knowledge of the arcane nature.
He steps close to Mittens, the little Harris Pilton. Kind of like hunches over a little further and gets like right up in your face and like looks right at you. Just, that includes you.
Do you want the book or not?
You could do just as much damage as that young boy could.
Well,
You can bring it back, but you should not attempt to do anything with it. Is that clear?
Obviously, why would I want to risk my life for someone else's book?
Wait, what?
Or by reading a dangerous arcane tome that I have no sufficient knowledge of, like you. As you said, you've put it together.
I misunderstood what you said. You were like, well, yes, we'll go do this, but why would I risk my life to go do
No.
this? Okay, got you. Yeah, he stands and looks at the group and says, whether it's you or those other adventurers we hired first, I do not care. But whoever brings it back to me is who I will give the reward to. I offer 250 gold.
1 million.
And if multiple of you contribute, then maybe I could even give money more spread out amongst you all. Remains to be seen. But my concern is primarily with protection of that. And he turns over towards the Delphis. And the who you perceive to be the mother, right? That doesn't make sense for a second. Speaks up again and says, we obviously care that the codex itself gets returned to Mr. Talistrom, but our main concern is our child's. If you are able to find Marcos, don't ensure no harm comes to him and return him back to us. We are also offering a reward for his return.
I'm going to ask her, where do you think he could have gone? Where do you think he would have gone with this book?
Well, our best guess was the Delphi Mansion. That's where we sent the other individuals that we hired. We hired Elra and Herbert 4 of them, we were told, had great reputation. And we sent them over to the Delphi Mansion. That was a couple of weeks ago, and we have not seen them since. Last we knew, they set up over on the north side of the mansion, and before they went in, we haven't seen them. Our mistake was giving them some of the money before we sent them off.
Definitely a mistake.
We won't be making that mistake again.
If there's anything left.
Is the Delphi Mansion currently occupied, or is it rested?
No, it was absolutely in full use. It's one location where we kept a great number of our servants, and where we actually maintained quite a bit of our wealth. Marcos himself spent a deal of his time residing there, has lived there through different periods of time, quite a lot over the last many years. He has become ever more curious as time has gone on, and has expanded his searches and his studies, and he keeps a lot of his materials inside of the mansion. So no, certainly, he and others will have been there in recent history.
What exactly is your son Marcus
I can't say that I know exactly what it is that he's done with his time. He's just always been curious about what is happening in the world. He is particularly interested in the arcane, and wanted to further his knowledge in his academic studies. We were willing to pay his way through some of that education, and also give him some tutors over a different time. I can't say I know exactly what projects he may have been working on or what things he may have been studying, but if he did truly steal this codex from Vassal, then there must have been a reason.
Well, as I said, we would be happy to investigate and do anything that we find. I myself, as I said, I'm used to living the lavish life, so I do hope that your reward is lavish.
Lavish, what was the name of his most recent tutor in the arcane arts, if you could recall?
Couldn't say. We gave him the money and allowed him to go through the universities. They assigned them to him.
You know, if anybody would have wished or something.
No one that I'm aware of. He was a curious individual, may have butted heads with others as he sought out his education and whatever studies he may have done, but no, I don't know of any enemies of Marcos.
What about friends?
Close friends? I mean, he had his servants, and many of them worked with him. I don't know if he had particularly close friends at the university here, especially because he would travel throughout his different time frames. I'm afraid to say that we're not particularly well knowledged with his acquaintances.
Yeah.
Just that sentence from
Appearances may be important to you.
The door is like
Said the name of the university here.
the walls.
A number of universities.
A number of
The walls have
universities.
ears.
There are tutors here, and there are individuals here, including Vassal Tower.
Well, I'd assume that as nobles, they'd just be able to. hire
You heard
professors
that. You heard
to show up.
Vassal say that he considered Marcos a friend.
Paris will turn to the vassal. Good vassal, where was this book stolen?
Well, that's my own personal collection. I kept it inside of my own residence, and generally under lock and key and protected.
Was the lock broken? Was it?
You see him hesitate. He kind of waits a second and looks between the parents of Marcos and back over to you. Says, I don't think it matters. He stole it. It's gone. I need it back.
I feel like there's more on
Vassal? With them?
No, I think he's trying to ask whose house we're in. I think we are in the Delphi house. house, right?
Yeah, it was like their
Trophy
summer
house.
home.
Yeah.
Summer
Their business property.
Yeah.
home. Paris will just be like,
What kind of lock was protecting this tome? Was it an arcane lock? Was it just a regular lock? Did you keep it in a glass case with no other protection?
Why so many questions? You who is so eager about this information and its power, why exactly do you want to know?
Well, obviously, we want to know if he used some kind of magic or had to use some kind of magic to
Stop
get
asking
it.
so many questions. This voice hurts.
Well, then answer the questions properly the first time, and we won't have to keep asking more.
That hurt.
So you're asking how it was protected?
Yeah, I'm just asking, like, if it was like an arcane lock that protected it, or just like a regular, secure, like, glass case.
I mean,
wanna-
If
He
you're
gave you-
afraid
he-
to divulge how it
He
was
gave you his
opened.
response. He asked why you're asking so many questions.
More information, the better. Information is power. If he was, in order to get the book, if he had to use arcane methods, that would be good to know.
Well, are you pressing him on this right now? Because he said, like, he did respond. He said, "Why are you so eager to know?"
I think, yeah, he was responding.
That was his response.
That was his
And then he
response.
said, like, what does it matter? It was taken. Are you still pressing?
Yeah, he was like,
Okay,
I mean,
persuasion.
if he's just gonna keep, not saying anything and arguing, then I'm not gonna press anymore. Just because.
Well, you're repeating the same thing after I had responded. That's why I'm curious. But roll persuasion if you're pushing it.
That is 6 sound.
He turns over towards the dove and says, "Maybe we should be looking elsewhere for assistance.